Yesterday, I ran a segment talking about Reset Era's claims that Barrett and Square Enix are racist. Well, we have similar news today with weirdos online trying to scream about something being racist and inadvertently making themselves sound racist in doing so. Now, I'm not keen on doing two segments like this back to back, just being honest, so I'm going to try to get through this one as quick as possible. Here's what seems to be going on today. We got this dude, Quinn, real piece of work. This guy says, content warning, blatant racism. I'm in genuine awe that this stuff came out for this edition of Dungeons and Dragons. Holy smokes. And here's what it says. Role-playing an orc. Most orcs have been indoctrined into a life of destruction and slaughter, but unlike creatures who by their very nature are evil, such as gnolls, it's possible that an orc, if raised outside its culture, could develop a limited capacity for empathy, love, and compassion. No matter how domesticated an orc might seem, its bloodlust flows just beneath the surface. With its instinctive love of battle and its desire to prove its strength, an orc trying to live within the confines of civilization is faced with a difficult task. As of the time of recording this, that tweet had over 130 retweets and over 800 likes. Surely it has more now, which is just embarrassing. Imagine liking and retweeting that. This whole thing, the tweet and the responses, have also caused orcs to be trending on the personalized trending tab in the United States. Now, if you're confused about what's so offensive with that segment from D&D, you're not alone. It seems like most reasonable people didn't find anything offensive about that, and actually the person's take, screaming that it's racist, as we've already mentioned, that's kind of the more racist thing here. This person, Seth, puts it pretty simply. Here's what they say. Orcs aren't human. They're literally a different species. They're going to have a different nature than humans. I'm not seeing why it's a problem, unless you're projecting real-world issues onto it. And that seems to be exactly the case. This dude, Connor, rebuttals and says, orcs are fictional, so the people who write them can do so without resorting to the kind of language that is frequently used to dehumanize black and brown people. Smug Legend responding with a rather savage take. However, I think a lot of people will find it a reasonable one. They say, how the absolute F do you look at orcs and see black people? How do you equate man-eating monsters to black people without a single shred of irony or self-awareness, and have the gall to call people who are saying D&D is just a game racist? As more and more people began to rebuttal the original hot take, and by the way, you can see that the responses, the rebuttals, are getting way more likes and engagement than the original tweet. For example, this one has 1,600 likes, and this is just a response in the same thread. It says, if you are comparing real-life minorities to always evil species, you might want to find a small stone and toss it into the river. And then there's a response that gets hidden. And another person chimes in and says they hid your tweet because it exposes his own racism. Now, why don't we go find the tweet that was hidden? Here it is. This is the hidden response. It says, this creature is evil, but can be raised to be good. And a quote, Broke says, oh, like an orc? Woke says, oh, like a black person? So you can see the recurring theme here. People obviously are pointing out the massive hypocrisy of the op who comes off racist with their own hot take. And of course, when questioned, they just start hiding responses, blocking people, all the sort of scummy and pathetic tactics that we see time and time again. And by time and time again, I also mean literally right now. You see, Antisocial Justice made a tweet that says, a salute to the courageous crusaders who have made fantasy fiction safe for us minorities by telling us that we are orcs. So you can obviously just feel the sarcasm dripping from this tweet. Antisocial also posted 4 pictures. Now, the first picture is of the op of the original tweet that we took a look at. The other 3, I presume, are people who have been signal boosting it and or are some of the most outspoken, siding with the op's terrible, terrible hot take. And what do they all share in common? Well, I'll let you figure that one out. If you're not audio only, shouldn't be very difficult. The woman in the third picture is apparently Katie Quixotic, who got very upset as people began to rebuttal her terrible arguments. She decided to make this tweet that says, LMAO, y'all, I made the anime avatars mad on Twitter. Talking with them truly makes me lose all faith in our education system. As Katie began to freak out more and more, people began to mock her for it. For example, Switchpoint saying, oh, she ain't mad at all, boys. And then showing images, the one that we just read, the tweet about the anime avatars, and another one showing that Katie indeed blocked Switchpoint. And then we have Antisocial again, who chimes in and says, "I'm not mad, you are!" Exclamation 1-1. You know, the classic mad, whatever you say, mad text, mad typing, I suppose. And then says runs around blocking people. Also adds, also, as a POC speaking out against white people claiming orcs represent me, I'm deeply troubled by the erasure of calling me just an anime avatar. Prompted Switchpoint to respond and say, tell me about it. Apparently all us colored folk look the same to her. And that's the news, guys. Like I said, I wanted to get through this one as quickly as possible. Not too keen on making 2 segments about somewhat similar topics back to back. However, this is the news today. Orcs are trending in the US on personalized trends. This is why. Maybe the situation will continue to get even crazier. However, now we'll see, and now you are in the loop if you didn't know about this already. I do hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up button and or sharing it and or also commenting down below your thoughts on this topic. Much appreciated. And shout out to Zippos, Darkest Light, Weeb, Trash, Ollie Wooly, On the Brain, Amazon, MA, DX, Shogun, KJ, Hunter, Dino King, Codenex, Chris, Super Speed 21YT, Game Wizard 02, Ice Cream is Just an Illusion, Mr. Senpai of Freedom, Henry, and Amethyst. Thank you all very much for your assistance yesterday, and I'll catch you all next time.